measures we should take against the pandemic should be evidence-based. And when you start looking around for the measures that are being taken now by different countries, you find that very few of them have the shred of evidence base. But one we know, that's known for 150 years or more, and that is washing your hands is good for you and good for others when you're in an epidemic. But the rest, like border closures, school closures, social distancing, there's almost no science behind most of these. Actually, should I tell you what I really think?
Please.
I almost never do this. I think what we're seeing is a tsunami of a usually quite mild disease, which is sweeping over Europe. And some countries do this, and some countries do that, and some countries don't do that. And in the end, there would be very little difference. Of a usually quite mild disease.
The severity of these intervening measures are going to make that much difference?
No, I don't think so. What am I most afraid of? It's the dictatorial trends in Eastern Europe, that Orban is now dictator for Hungary forever. There's no finishing date. I think the same is popping up in other countries. It may pop up in more established democracies as well. I think the ramifications can be huge from this. We don't even start seeing them.
So does that mean that you think the actual fatality rate of this disease is much lower than the numbers that have been talked about?
Much, much lower.
So do you have you made any speculations as to what sort of zone the real fatality rate might be in?
I think it will be like a severe influenza season, the same as which would be on the order of 0.1% maybe.
So that would suggest then, for a country like the UK that is heading towards 20,000 deaths, that would suggest that many millions of people have already had it.
Yes.
And do you think that is also true in Sweden then, that a substantial percentage of the population has had it?
Yep, I'm rather certain of that actually. I think it will be like a severe influenza season.
Fatality rate of this disease is much lower than the numbers that have been talked about.
Much, much lower. Much, much lower. Much, much lower.
Dr. Johan Giesecke. Dr. Giesecke, thank you so much for making the time today.